Coming in, coming in, coming in hot. Coming in hot. What? What? I don't know why these coffee cups always do this weird thing where they don't they don't sip right for the first few sips. That makes sense. Ethan J. Hill in the house. What's up? How's it going? How's life treating you? Just got a follow from Nick Throw on Twitter, aka Nicole. Sweet, she's a badass. I haven't caught her stream. I know she does. I'm pretty sure. JavaScript tech girl recently diagnosed. Yeah, right. Dyscalculia. I think so too. I think I got it, Nicole. I think I got it too. Making it work. Sports is my first love. Tattoos. Nice. I got a couple tattoos myself. You seen the new Coders lo-fi on Spotify? No, I have not. What will this do? I like when the web app will say openness inside of your. Oh, I'll just look up. Okay, Lofty Coders. I'm gonna have to. There, look at that. We were just was talking about you, Nicole. I just was talking about. I said I just got a follow on Twitter from a badass chick named Nicole. Learning to code in JavaScript, tech girl recently diagnosed. I said dyscalculia. I said me too. I think not officially diagnosed, self-diagnosed. But reading that article, honestly, I really do believe. I do believe that I fit. I mean, there was only like one or two of those bullet points that I didn't fit. So I'm thinking I'm a strong candidate for it. Which, either way, I've been comfortable with the fact that I just suck at math for a long time now. And of course, I think that confidence has happened too with isn't that cute? There's a big penguin in the screen. Hey guy. Anyway, sorry. I get distracted easily. That's the ADHD part for me too, probably. But anyway, yeah, so what did it say? I was following the wrong code hustle this entire time. Right, isn't there like there's somebody out there, it's like was it a clothing company or something? I noticed that too. That's why I couldn't get like at Code Hustle. I did get like I think at Code Hustle 1, but I don't even tweet under that. Because I started talking to more people just via my regular like name and stuff. So, oh, see, now I'm getting notifications on this side. No, maybe you were following the right one. Because now I'm looking on here, and I see your follow. I think I never even go on that other because it's at Code Hustle 1. Yep, that's the one. Yep, no, that's the right one actually. You see my 4 followers on there. I should probably I'll just keep it because it's there. But yeah, I wound up connecting with people under the JD Hirsch one, and so I just it's one of those things once you get kind of stuck with where you're getting more or you have enough of where you don't want to switch over to another at name or whatever Twitter account. Other than that, Nicole, how are you doing this fine evening? I am going to mess with well, first of all, I don't think you we're on, but we built this cool thing. In fact, I could like kick it off right now. And so we built this cool thing right here where we integrated the Twitch chat bot with Twilio's SMS API. And oh, I thought you said something. My sister is here, so my schedule is been. Yeah. You said that you're, and I was like, yeah, absolutely, family first. But all right, so let's see if this is still functioning properly. All right, executed command. And in just a second here, what? Look at that. Hold on, it's gonna come in clear there for a second. There it goes. Sent from Twilio, Code Hustle. So whoever sends it is the username that shows up, and then I put it into a URL. And then there's your, back up there a second. There's your message. I wrote Nicole in the house. What? I thought that was kind of fun. So we built that last night, and so yeah, pretty cool. Just, you know, it's actually, and it's really not that hard. You know, basically just got little environment file set over here, you know. Tried my best not to show that on screen. I don't think we showed it once. Now that I say that, like, I'll do it right now. I'll be like, gosh, it wouldn't be the end of the world. But anyway, so we got, you know, environment file, you know, so we're calling out some of that. We do the, you know, basically touch on the, I'm doing good tonight. I got back to rugby today and I was sick 4 times and then kept going. It's refreshing, getting my stomach empty. Nice. Like, you got a rugby cleanse, right? Nicole's a sports person. What's your... Ethan's a rugby player. We looked at him on Twitter. Yeah, he's got his he's got some pics up there playing. Oh, and then we watched hardest rugby hits, because I said rugby's like, Nicole, it's like that game is, that's some seriousness right there, right? I mean, when we lived in England, my sons played, but you know, it wasn't like, because it was like still, what is it, primary school, you know, so they weren't like going crazy hard or anything. But man, the professionals, oh my god. And then Ethan had a little YouTube reel that we watched on stream. It was like a 5 or 7 minute reel or something. And oh my goodness, I'm just like, I don't know how these guys get up and keep playing. It's insane. No pads. Some of them no helmets. No, I don't even wear helmets. Some of them just, they wear that little soft pad thing, but some of them don't even wear that. And that's supposedly only to keep their ears from getting the cauliflower ear like wrestlers get. Right? Different level of intensity. So Ethan's our muscle on the team, you know, on the Code Hustle team, you know, we'll have him in the background in case we need someone, you know, step up. I volunteered you, Ethan. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, you know, but I'm just playing around. So yeah, we built this, so we connect to the Twitch API, right? And then basically we have this like on message handler, which takes target context message self. We found out in context that there is a whole object in there with a bunch of information, because I was like, ooh, wouldn't it be nice if we could integrate who sent it in the chat to us? And so we kind of broke down how to extrapolate the SMS command from the string that's being passed in. Probably not the cleanest way. You're a JavaScript person, Nicole, maybe if you have some ideas, but we basically had to like rip the exclamation SMS off the front of the message, right? So that we do with this command name variable that we created doing substring on the message. And just like, since we know absolutely that it's going to be, you know, the first 4 characters that we're looking for, if it comes in and it's SMS, then we do all this in here, right? So that seems to work pretty well. And then I was like, well, how do we get the rest of the message though? Like, how do we get the end of it? And one of the code hustlers in the stream suggested that you could do this, which basically starts from that position and gives you whatever the rest of the string is. So it actually goes to then and then pulls back whatever is left. I was like, that's exactly what I need. And I was like, let's do it. And yeah, so cool. We did a bunch of testing on it to try to like get it working, and so it took a while to kind of work through it, which was fun. But like here you can see all the stuff is still up here, all this dumped out. We just kept on going back and forth trying to tweak it until we got it right. We had Ashcroft, and I'm trying to remember all the people. I'm really bad with remembering names. So yeah. So then basically, like, where am I going? So if the command is, equal to the bang SMS, right? We fire off this function, which is basically the Twilio client API right here. Ever get shut down? Does the Mac ever get shut down? What do you mean by that? Does the Mac, as in the like MacBook, or? Oh, do I ever turn it off? I just put it to sleep at night. I just do the whole, come up here and just go, sleep. Oh, I had a question. How does the text look? Because when I'm streaming, I'm assuming this looks pretty clear on your end there. I'm so back about turning off. Yeah, right. Well, it's asleep and it's not even plugged in. Like I unplug it all, like power, and then I just put it down, and then I swap my other MacBook on because I use one MacBook during the day for work and then another MacBook at night when I'm doing this here on stream. At Apple, what is very nice. Oh, and I even worked at Apple for 5 years. Oh, I was like, what's Ethan saying about Apple? Oh, I have to read the rest of the sentence, Nicole. It would help if I read it all instead of just reading the front part. Wow, nice. So 5 years at Apple, huh? Cool. What were you doing there? Software dev? So bad. Yeah, I've heard some stories from other engineers that yeah, a lot of those companies, I'm not I'm not gonna badmouth anybody, but I have read a number of articles from Genius. What was I saying? Oh, so from like software engineers that work at these big companies that, it's cool at first, like they get all pumped about working there at first, and it's really cool for the first few years, and then they kind of see the writing on the wall, and it starts to bother them, and a lot of them wind up leaving. They have a pretty, their attrition rate is pretty high actually. A lot of people talk about that, kind of like that. That's a big goal to go work for Google or Facebook or something like that. And just not that it's a bad thing, but a lot of people say the burnout is pretty quick, and demand is high on you. There's a reason that they have 5-star chefs and doctors on site and massage parlors and food services and daycare and all that, so you never leave the campus. Just saying. Just saying. But I can't speak from experience because I do not work for one of those corporations. All my experience in software development and IT has been for the federal government. So that's all I can speak to. Now, I've worked with a lot of industry partners, so I kind of, and we work a lot of times with other engineers and stuff from companies like that. So, I have some insight into it, but not personal per se. I still have nightmares for working for AWS. Yeah. What did you do at AWS, out of curiosity, if that's... This is insane. What are we looking at, Ethan? Is this a... I'm pretty good about, I don't like care. I just click on everybody who puts a link in. I'm like, let me go see what that is. I got rickrolled. Who was that? Was that you, Ethan, that did that? I forgot. Who was that did that? There you go. Oh, Nader DeBit. Yeah. Dabbit. I guess, right? He's a pretty big, he does, in fact, we're gonna do this tonight. AWS Amplify. I wanted to go mess around with that. 120K. There's there's several of like Netflix engineers that I know that make upwards of $300,000 a year. Pretty freaking crazy, right? 120 is like pretty normal for a senior developer. That's pretty average in the US. You got to take into account, cost of living and all of those things. Like if you were making that 120, 150, Nicole can attest, right? Because she lived in California before, right? Nicole, that's like I'm sure out in Cali, like that's probably a pretty average for, especially for somebody working as a professional. I'm not saying it's the average, but like if as a professional, like people are making over six figures there and they're still living like pretty average lives. I mean, I'm not saying living good is, they're not living in poverty or anything, but it's just the way the numbers are. It's like I have friends that were working in the Midwest, like making like $65,000 a year, living like fine and great, and then like went to the West Coast and was making 275 and basically like almost had more when they lived in the Midwest than they do on the West Coast. So it's like the numbers sound really high, but you're not getting shit, depending if you're making that 120, 150 and you're living in wherever you want, which in the case of being right there, right, that's a full remote job. You can live wherever you want. In fact, they probably don't care if you don't live in the US, although that's harder to do, but but there you go. Like, boom, you want to go live 150, 120? You could go live out in the Midwest, buy yourself a ranch and freaking live it up. Buy a freaking like 150 acres for like, 90 G's or some shit like that. Probably less. There's some places out in the Midwest that literally were offering free land. Just come build a house on it. That's all they wanted, because they just had they were trying to just bring people to the area to kind of grow their economics and stuff of the surrounding area, because it was pretty desolate. And it's like they're like offering up free land. Just come out here. You want 50 acres? Here you go. Just build a house on it. That's all we require. No, I wasn't a full stack dev. Senior full stack in the UK is around 50K a year. That's like 62K. Wow. Okay. The price of or the ratio is way different. Like when I was there, it was literally like 1 to, so like 2 for me to exchange to get 1 quid, I had to give like $2. It was literally almost double, and that was in like 2000 and 2007. Right? Yeah. Yeah, 2007 and 8 to 11. Yeah, to 2011. And it was like almost double. And so it was like, so if I was there at that time making 50K, I'd be making almost 100,000 US dollars. So I'd be like, there you go. It's about equal. So, but obviously things have changed. Oh my God, you can get a customer service job for 62K here in Texas. Yeah, yeah. Ethan, move to Texas, brother. Come on, they need rugby out there. Texans would love that shit, right, Nicole? They'd be like, come on, man. We're gonna hit each other as hard as we fucking can. I'm stereotyping the shit right now in Texas. I love everybody though, so it's actually I only play around with love behind it. There's good people everywhere, man. Country folk, there's good country folk, there's good, northerners, there's good southerners, there's good everybody, just there's just bad people everywhere too, so fuck them. Oh jeez, sorry for cursing on stream. I'm an adult, I can say those things. I didn't say it was kid friendly, did I? I don't think I have that marked. Okay, so what are we doing? What are we doing here? First things first. First things first. Oh, this is making me think of a Biggie Smalls song. Not the rhythm, but what I was saying. All day long. AWS.amazon.com. I only have a little bit of because I don't, it's like you get using these services and like you use just one specific little thing, right? And it's like that's all I needed, so that happens a lot with things that I do for work. Like, oh, just get this up and do this, and like, okay, but then you don't get to explore any of the other stuff. So like this, I was like, actually it was at work today that I was like, I need to play around a little bit more up there in the AWS land. I know I have an account already created. Let's see if I can remember what it is. That's the hard part. Oh, look, there's an account ID in there. That might be me still. I don't know. I think it's that. Please be right. Dang it! It's not right. Let me just make sure I didn't fat finger that, because I'm really bad. Wait a second. No. Wait, I'm in the wrong area. Right, hold on. I should be, right, can't you don't normally log in there, don't you normally log in like from here and then go to your console? Because that's AWS Amplify is a service. Oh, is it? Yeah, I'm learning about it. I didn't know. I just thought it looked like I need to check that out. Is this going to go to the same place? It is. Okay, so then I don't remember any of this crap. Shizer. I've heard but never looked into it. Yeah, right, it's a cool way to... I think this is what the address was, if I remember. Well, we'll just do that. Front-end web development. Get started for free. Fastest, easiest way to develop mobile and web apps that scale. Right? So I wanted to check this out because it does, like, it'll do builds and everything for you. So it really does the full CI/CD pipeline from source to deployment. And so here, like this, let's see, I was going to see if they had like a, so like develop app, okay, develop using Amplify framework, use components together on their own, configure your back end. So use the AWS CLI to create new AWS backend or bring your own AWS backend. Connect your to your app, and then integrate UI components. Like, and I saw this whole thing. Let's see, it's probably in the get it started, right? We would probably want to do like this, right? Why do I feel like I was on... Oh no, this was it. Okay, I was like, I think I was on a different thing this morning. So this is kind of like the space here where I want to be at. It'll be fun. I've never done React Native. I need to keep working on React. I figured out the other day that I'm so rusty. We can make things work, but you know, I need to do more practice. So we can do it here. But I'm interested in kind of like getting this whole thing get going. So JavaScript, React. One of these days I'm gonna do like Vue and just go crazy. No, I like to explore all the different things. Why not, right? I did an Angular course not too long ago, a few months back. Unfortunately, it kind of was not the greatest course, but it made me explore Angular more, and so then it was like I was like, some pretty badass shit going on there. You know, I just wouldn't use it. Yeah, you know what it is, Ethan? Angular is a very like enterprise level framework. It's very it's very what I call an opinionated framework. It really wants you to do things in a very specific way. You use the command line to generate, you know, all of your architecture and all your models and all that stuff. And so they really have a methodology behind the way that they want you to make their apps. I really think it's a great product. I just personally, it wouldn't be my go-to to grab out of the box, you know. But when I was messing with it, I was like, and I knew what the old Angular was like, you know. So I was just kind of like, okay, fair. This is cool. Like I dug it, you know. But yeah, you know. But I'm also I'm just not a big hater. Like I can see where the benefits are, I think, on certain things. And again, that's kind of been a lot of what I've done in my job too, is like a lot of evaluation of products and things like that to say, oh, is this good, or is this an ease of use type of a product for, you know, for whatever we may be trying to do. And so I kind of try to just look at every, you know, thing that I'm messing with from like, one, what's all its pros, you know, like let me look at it and say what does this thing really do well, you know, and then look at, you know, what does it not do so well, you know, and then as you start building up a like understanding of the core things of like what all these different frameworks and things do, then it gives you a better way, you know, a better ability to say, hey, you know, this would be a great opportunity, or this would be a perfect, you know, time to use, you know, whatever, Angular, or this would be, you should really use React Native, you know, for this development of this app, because, you know, the only developers that we have on hand are, you know, JavaScript developers, and so we don't have anybody that can do Java and stuff for Android, and, you know, whatever it is for iOS. I always forget, what is it, Swift or something like that, you know. And I'm sure there's things now, I haven't even looked. I know you can use things like Ionic and all those things to build out, you know, full-blown mobile applications, cross-platform. But I have not messed with it too much. So I've just always kind of, honestly, I've kind of always stayed away from mobile. Let's see the Vue route. Ooh, Ethan's... The Vue route, sure, why not? Who cares, right? I mean, I just don't know Vue very well, but that's okay. So, the open source Amplify framework provides the following products to build full stack iOS, Android, web, and React Native apps. Well, isn't that awesome? Awesome. Amplify CLI. Configure all the services needed to power your backend through a simple command line interface. Okay. Libraries. Use case-centric client libraries to integrate your app code with a backend using declarative interfaces. All right. And then UI components. So libraries for React, React Native, Angular, Ionic, Vue. Okay, cool. all the big players, right? All the big players. So the Amplify console is an AWS service that provides a Git-based workflow for continuous deployment and hosting of full-stack web apps. Cloud resources created by the Amplify CLI are also visible in the Amplify console. Okay, so what we'll build. This tutorial guides you through setting up a backend and integrating that backend with your web app. This will create a to-do app with a GraphQL. This is cool. GraphQL API, baby. Sweetness. There's a great GraphQL documentary over on YouTube under Honeypot IO's channel. Go check it out. They have a bunch of cool developer documentaries going on over there. But GraphQL API is pretty awesome. And store and retrieve items in a cloud database, as well as receive updates over real-time subscription. Okay. Here they tell you a little bit. What's their description? GraphQL is a data language that was developed to enable apps to fetch data from APIs. It has a declarative, self-documenting style in a GraphQL operation. The client specifies how to structure the data when it is returned by the server. This makes it possible for the client to query only for the data it needs in the format that it needs it in. I like the way you talk, GraphQL. Very nice. Me and you can be friends. I like it. In the format that it needs it in. That's right. Start the tutorial. Why not? Let's see what happens. Need some Node, need some NPM. Those come packaged together. If you don't have that, go get it. No, just kidding. I believe these are links to them. Yes, all you need to do though is install Node. That'll install NPM. Git, on the other hand, you'll have to go to this URL and install it. I actually have those already. Oh, look who it is. We were just talking about him, were we not, Ethan? Nader Dabbit. He does a lot of, I think he's kind of also like, right, or did I not finish reading what his thing is? But he's like he's kind of like their evangelist too. I think I closed Twitter. Anyway. Yeah, so he does a lot of AWS Amplify stuff, I know. But we're not going to watch the video because we're going to do it by... Okay, so this is the part where I need to... Dang it. There are no upfront charges or any term of commitments to create an AWS account. Signing up gives you immediate access to the free tier. Yep, they only start charging you once they start seeing the services go up. And then they're like, hey, you over there trying to use our services without letting us know. The free tier has some, I realized, I think I said on stream recently that it like gives you everything that AWS has to offer. It doesn't give you everything. It gives you a lot of it. Enough of it for you to be dangerous. Nader's cool. He really, yeah, he is, right? You're saying he is like an evangelist for the Amplify stuff. Yeah, I actually watched some of his videos, but yeah, he's a cool dude. He's a cool dude. Maybe he'll see our stream. You never know. Stop on by and Nader, say what's up. Teach us about Amplify. We could do a one-on-one mentor session, you to me. You mentoring me. Because I don't know Amplify. But we're going to find out. So by the time you stop by, we'll have some background on it. Okay, so the one thing I need to get straightened out right now is, and I apologize, I cannot remember. Wait a second. Because I created a new one. I know that I did. And that really is annoying that Spotify, what's up? Did you see the Lofty... Wait, didn't I go... Oh, Ethan, you already asked me that. And I said I did not. And then I went to your link. And then I got distracted. See, Nicole? AD, at least, minimum. Lofty Coders, wasn't it? Yeah, what's up? Here, check it. Let's see. Let's show the crew. Let's show the Code Hustle team what's up. Be fun when we make like affiliate, because then I can like do little Code Hustle team badges and stuff, right? And everybody can have do like all that goodness. Be fun. Stickers. Oh, by the way, the new stickers are in the mail. They're coming my way. Sticker Mule said to me this morning, your stickers are on the way. So I'll let you know when they get here. They usually do it pretty quick, so probably by Saturday. I'm a little fan. Why is this not going through? Oh, that is Lofty Coders right there. I saved it, Ethan J. Hill. Oh, this one right here you saved? Let's check it out. Let's listen to Lofty Coders. Lo-fi. I always say Lofty. I don't know why. Can it be Lofty? Why not? That sounds nice. Lo-fi Coders. Low fidelity. Gonna rock some AWS Amplify. Gonna see how we're gonna do it tonight. But first I gotta get my AW account straightened out, cause I don't remember the password for the life of me. And that's where the rhyming stops. Sign into the console. Get over here, tell me what I did wrong. I know I created a Code Hustle, so or how do you do this? Sign in using root user email or forgot password. I feel like this has got to be my previous one, right? That would not just be populated in there. If it's not this, then listen to Strange Fruits. Strange Fruits, huh? Why is this too chill? No, I like it. It's pretty good. Keeps the pace, mellow. But we'll try it out. I want to see that too. Strange Fruits. I'm stretching. That's what that is when I'm doing that. I'm doing my so that my ankles are getting some. Trying to make sure that. But look, see, I got my water, Nicole. We're good to go. Strange Fruits has a lo-fi that remixes really popular songs. Nice. So, should I try to do the forgot my password? Let's see. You're gonna be like, tell us all of your life. We got account owners, return to the main sign-in page and sign in using your... That's what I was trying to do. I guess that's what you do it here, right? I was like, don't you not do it right there? Root user, right? Let's see, I don't even remember what root user email address. Dang it, did I do this one with... See, this is where I screwed up. So I registered... I changed the DNS for CodeHustle.org, and I used that email, like jd@codehustle.org, in a couple places. But now, because I switched the DNSs over to be Netlify, we need the chatbot to remind you to drink water. There you go, just exclamation SMS, and then send me a message. And it'll send it to me. It should still be going right now. Bang. SMS. Send a message. You're the best. I'll see your name in a link. Why aren't you signing into your root? Why aren't your... why am I not? Because I couldn't remember what the IAM user with an account that performs daily tasks. I don't remember. I know I walked through creating this, but and now I don't even remember what email. That's what I was saying. Is I switched the DNSs, and now I don't remember if I registered this with this. Will it tell me? I hope it says there's no account with this name. There was an error. It was account. Okay, perfect. So that means that it's most likely your SMS. So bang, this is going to kill your free credits. You should drink water every 30 minutes or so. See, and then that JD Hirsch is my other account that I had on Twitch that they recommended through the tutorial, that you set up like a alternate Twitch bot account, so just a regular Twitch account, but I already had JD Hirsch, so I was like, oh, I'll just use that. So I did, and it worked, and then booyah, look at that. Hold on, let me get nice and close there. So Ethan J. Hill says, this is going to, and then it's cool, right? Because then I have your text. Oh, now the question I had was, when the stream is not going, if I left the server running, would somebody still be able to go to my channel? Because you know how you can still go to like someone's channel when they're offline and still text them or chat them. Sorry, chat them. You can go to their chat and chat at them, you know? I was like, would it still work? Because if that's the case, then you know, not that I would leave it up and running all the time, but I just thought that'd be cool if the API works when you're not streaming. I would think it would, right? I mean, my thought is there's really no reason why it wouldn't. I just was kind of curious whether or not the chat itself was, yeah, I guess it would be, right? There's no reason why that'd be any different, right? The API is just there sitting on the back end, just waiting and listening to somebody to pop something in the chat that's connected to the channel, not necessarily to the live stream itself. So yeah, no, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, you're live right there. Hey, look at that. That's amazing. Cool. So we figured that out all together. We just talked through it. I love it. That's the stuff. That's how you. It's so funny how that works sometimes, right? You just talk through something and you're like, oh, I get it now. That makes sense. Okay, so I am going through the process of trying to get back into my account. This is always fun. I'm sure everybody's just thrilled right now, right? You're just like, oh, this is so exciting. Oh my goodness. If my screen would even change. Okay, so this makes me think that this is that. Oh, doggone it. That's not going to work. Let's just see. I have a feeling. Root user. Okay, so as long as I didn't forget what this one, because I can't get into that email right now, or nothing would go to that email, because again, I switched from my hosting provider. I went in and updated the DNSs so that my CodeHustle.org that we did the hosting on Netlify with would show up there, right? So I can push code from my local Mac here into my GitHub and into a specific repository that's linked up to Netlify, and it'll push it out to production, or basically to to CodeHustle.org, which again, still need to do that. It's still just pandas, but okay. So we're logged back in, so we're good. Now the thing that you do is you normally, like, I think, switch. Right, you're supposed to like switch to your other like account or whatever. Again, my limited. I've mainly used the Elastic Container Repository or Registry, ECR, in here, and really that's kind of actually the main thing that we've been doing. So basically just from the command line, doing a lot of like pushing of Docker containers up to ECR, which then we're doing stuff with it from there. But that sounds like an issue if the API works. So I have one. Oh my goodness, buddy, chill. So we have a new administrator here. Hey, buddy, could you just? I know you want to talk on stream too, but you know, I'm sure you're blaring out the Code Hustlers' ears. You know, they don't want to hear all that. Yeah, he's a R. I said R. All right, I think we're okay, because now it'll probably have me walk through on the right. So all the services are here, right? This is all the services that we have access to, I believe. You can get into every one of these. Like, look at some of the cool stuff that's in here, right? AWS Robo Maker. That's a robot. That makes me think that that's some crazy thing that you can do with like robotics stuff. AR and VR. What's that about? I mean, we know what it stands for, right? But what do they got going on in there? You can obviously build stuff for augmented reality and virtual reality stuff. They have, so here's all the container stuff. This is what I was talking about. ECR, that. Game development. Look at this. Amazon Game Lift. A whole bunch of IoT stuff. How sick is that? What else they got in here? All the security junk, management. I mean, they just have so many services. It is absolutely insanity. I mean, it's a great platform. I mean, I don't know. Nicole was talking about. Didn't you say? What did you say, Nicole, about AWS? Did you say you worked there? Living in Seattle and making 120 still doesn't get you far. Yeah, that's the truth, right? I missed some of the chat stuff. I apologize. I was on enterprise side. I was the go-between for AWS and the client. I worked. That totally made me think of Buddy. Seriously, we have somebody moving into the house. My son's best or good friend and his girlfriend are moving in. I'm moving back to Texas, as you well know, and so my son is taking over the rent at the house with his roommates, and so he's in the house tonight. And so Buddy is, even though he's been here a million times, like. He has to bark at him every time. Like, it doesn't matter. It's just, he's so silly. But, so you said, oh no, what made me laugh was because, what is it, Office Space, right? I deal with I'm the go, but I bring the thing from the software people to the client. I'm a people person. That's what it made me think of, Nicole. Not that that's what you did. It just made me think of that. I still have the nightmares from working for AWS. See, I mean, is it just that they're so demanding? Like, what's the deal with that? I mean, you don't have to like really get all whatever. Yeah, I moved to Seattle to work for AWS, right? And I've heard great things. Like, I mean, my wife, right now she's in Texas. In fact, she just had, she just saw her cousin, who not only her just recently, but her husband worked for AWS. He does, I don't know what he does, honestly, but something, I mean, not technical either. I think he does like I don't know, management something, or I don't know, he makes a shit ton of money. She was able to get another job too, and they're moving to like Tennessee. Yeah, Office Space is the best. Did you see these? Check it. There's with his little stapler all up against his chest. See, I met my stapler, and then check it. Lumberg. Hey, Nicole, give me those TPS reports. He didn't really talk like that. He was more like, yeah, we're gonna need you to go ahead and come in on Saturday, and yeah, go ahead and make that Sunday as well. By the way, Peter, did you happen to fill out that TPS report I put on your desk earlier? No, Lumberg, shut the... Take the TPS report and shut it. Just trying to chill with my girlfriend. Watch karate. We should have clipped that, right? Office Space on the Code Hustle. On the next episode of Code Hustle, we'll do a whole 15-minute like scene. This is what it's like, and we'll have them all as well. He was like a software developer, kind of, wasn't he? He was updating the firmware. Yeah, Peter, we're gonna go ahead and, that's the best. So what would you say you do around here, Bill? Oh my goodness, it's good stuff. Okay, so we're in. I think we're good to go with the tutorial now, right? Word. Amplify, show me some love. What do we got here? We're gonna npm install. Hey now. Hey now. He was. All right, so let's go over to some sort of command line. Boom, yeah, why not? This is still our running MongoDB database where we built our full stack. Nicole, you might have missed that one too. So I got MongoDB running in the Docker container because I had a bunch of trouble. Although I did get it working on my Mac. I've never had trouble before, but somebody actually said that Catalina causes issues and stuff. I don't know. So I just scrapped it. Well, I got it working in a crappy way on my computer, and I was just like, why don't I just run this in a Docker container and then just be like done with it? And so I did that. Just pulled it down, spun it up. Super easy, right? Went right over to my, code, just updated the database path, done, good to go. The boss of the office, right? Ethan, thank you, sir. We'll have to go back and watch that one. That might be funny. It's like the fly one was a funny one. All right, so what do we got else running over here? I maybe should shut stuff down sometimes, right? I do that a lot. So you guys were talking about that. I'm so bad. Like I'll just leave stuff running. I'm like, yeah, okay. Like let's see what's over here. Yep, something's running here. Is that Mongo? I don't even know what this is. What do we start? What did we start? We started yeah, Mongo. Yeah, I thought so. So anyway, yeah, I leave stuff up and running like that all the time. Probably not a good habit. Well, I'm testing the resilience of my MacBook. You know, how much can it take on those 16 gigabytes of RAM? This is an old MacBook. This is a 2012 old one that they were literally going to throw in the garbage, and it needed a battery, and I put an SSD drive in it, and I think that was it. The battery was shot. It had no like power cable. I have two 2011 MacBook Pros 15 inches, and both of them are shot because there was this known issue on the 2011 models. I'm pretty sure it was almost all the ranges, whether they were what's the word I'm looking for? How do they do them? They call them mid 2011, whatever. So anyway, I have two of them and one of them just was like, it was holding on, and it actually was, I was like, this one's going to be good. And I had a bunch of shit on there, so I'm going to have to pull the SSD out of that one too, because I upgraded that one to like a 1 terabyte SSD, because you can buy them so cheap now. Yeah, there's this problem with the video drivers. No, not the video drivers. With the video card that's like in the inside, embedded on the board. It's known for like popping off of the board, and it's just shot. Like it has two different. The MacBook has two different video cards in it, I guess. I'm not like a big up on hardware anymore. Yeah, and so the one pops and then that's it. Like you can't get into it anymore. It won't boot up. Like the screen won't ever show up. There's some different fixes. I went through all the different things you could do to try to, because you can like force it to only use the other one that's like the built-in like video card or whatever, and like it's supposed to force it into that. The trick though is you got to get into it first. So there's all these things people like, well, heat up the bottom of it and like it'll make it the glue thing so that it'll sink back down and touch, and then you can get it to come up, and then in that time you need to race through and do all these configuration changes to the BIOS and shit and all that. BIOS, that's not even right, to all the, you know, I'm like thinking of Windows machines, but you know, they want you to do all this stuff, and it's like I don't know, maybe I'll take the time and see how much it would cost to like, but I even looked up a little bit of that stuff, and I think people were saying like it's just not even worth trying to fix it, because you'll pay somebody like $150 or something, $200 to do, you know, go in there and they'll like replace the chip and stuff. Now I've actually had some success. My wife's computer, MacBook 13-inch Pro that I bought her several years ago, my daughter accidentally got some water into it, and it basically fried the keyboard and stuff. So I wound up, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna attempt it. So, because I'm like, it's shot anyway, right? Like, why not go for it? And so, and it was old. It had actually sat around for like almost 2 years, never used, and said, I was like, screw it, I'm gonna just upgrade the whole thing. So I bought it like a new hard drive, a new battery, because they go, and it was already showing that it was crapped out, and a keyboard or a keypad, whatever, what would you say that is? Like anyway, the keypad, you know what I'm talking about. See, my hardware skills are awesome. But well, awesome enough to fix this computer. So anyway, so like literally bought the key pad off of Amazon for like $24. I bought a MacBook like toolkit, right? And went to town. And so got it all open. You literally have to pull out every single component to get to the keyboard, because the keyboard, of course, is, you know, you flip it over, you pull the back off, and it's the thing that's all the way at the bottom, right? So you got to pull out the motherboard, you got to pull out the hard drive, you got to pull out the disk drive, you got to pull out the speakers, the start button, every like thing to get to it. And then I was like, yeah, me too. But I was like, Ethan, I was like, screw it, right? It'd been sitting there. It wasn't being used anymore. It was like, it's never going to get used. It's a paperweight. So why not go for it? See if I can fix it. If I didn't fix it, then I'm no worse off than I was before, right? So I was like, but yeah, I wouldn't like attempt doing that on like a new MacBook or something myself. I wouldn't do that. But since I felt like, screw it, it's this, or I'm just going to put on the shelf and look at, hey, cool, we used to have this MacBook back in the day. Now it just is a shelf decorative item. Anyway, so yeah, so I got into it, and you know, it was tough. The worst thing is, oh my God, I literally bought these glasses right here, magnifying glass, like they were like reading glasses actually, but the script is, or not script, but the level is pretty strong. So because on the keyboard, to get the keyboard off the back, oh my God, I thought getting to the keyboard was difficult. When I got to the keyboard, there's literally like, I think it's like 100 and something of these micro screws. And I'm not shitting you. When I say micro screws, they are so tiny, hence the glasses that I needed to be able to see them, because it's so small, and it's a regular hex, like, you know, right? It's a cross, I don't know what everybody calls it. In the US they call it a Phillips head screwdriver, but the crosshair, you know. And the tool is literally like almost like glasses, like screws, but even smaller than that. I'm not kidding. Literally, that's close. Like, this is pretty close. But like, I'm like, can this even pick that up? But like that little screw that comes like in the edge of your glass, like, I wish that would show focus, but You do a good job, Logi, but I know that's pretty small. But anyway, you get the idea. Ridiculous. And then there's like so get this. This is like turning into a long story. Sorry. Let's do a little bit of what we're supposed to be doing here. So we need to do an install. So we might as well get that going while we're kicking back and I'm telling stories of MacBook craziness. Where are we at? What do I have? And then we will call this Amplify start. I'll just say call it that. AWS Amplify start, right? That works, right? Fair enough. Change directory, AWS. There you go. All right. So now they want us to, oh, I thought I had that in my clipboard. Why is that not on my clipboard, man? Come on now. Come on now, partner. You gotta get on there, man. I can't be messing around with you wasting my time, not copying and pasting the way that I need you to. Dag nabbit. Just kidding. All right, so npm install globally. Oh, it's gonna complain at me. Let me just stop it. Because it's gonna say you. Oh, I hate when it does that. I forget sometimes that this is since it's a global install, it's gonna ask for that. So I would do repairs hungover most times. Nice, right? So I get down, right? I'm getting all the screws out. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm getting them. You know, just like sweating because it's like, and I'm like, don't sweat into the thing, dude. Like, going along, getting them all. Like, get to one. God dang it! It won't come off. Oh, don't strip the head. Oh shit! Don't want to turn it too much. Okay, just go to the next one. We'll come back to it. Go. Okay, good. Like going along, right? It happens on like 3 of them. I cannot get them off for the life of me. I try everything. I get like the tiniest little like pliers that like with a really fine tip on it. Like I'm like, let me just see if I can twist it off. Like let me. Nothing. I could not get them to budge. I was like, oh my god. I literally was like, I'm good now. I used to really be bad. I used to like get so mad about stuff like that. I don't get like mad like that anymore, Inhale, exhale, right? Breathe in the good shit, exhale the bullshit, right? So I'm like, all right, I gotta just leave it, right? Let me leave it. So I left it. And I literally like didn't come back to it for, I think it was almost like a week. I was like, because I think I was doing it on like a Saturday or Sunday or something, and I was like, whatever. It's not like critical. I didn't need it for anything. I was just like, just leave it. So I left it. Then it, work, everything else comes along. I left it. I'm like, the next weekend, I'm like, all right, how am I gonna get those 3 screws off? What am I gonna do? Like, how am I gonna get this? How am I gonna get this going? And so I'm like, they're so small. I'm like, what if I just Dremeled it off? Like a dentist. Yeah, baby. And it worked like a charm. Just took a little, grinder head or whatever, I don't know what you want to call it, on the Dremel tool, and just, and they're so small that it literally is just like a little tap to just burn it down, like to just get the head of the screw off. And so just, I try to be real careful to make sure I didn't like go too far or anything. And boop, 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 pop those 3, keyboard off. I was like, success, thank God. So it's missing 3 screws, suffices to say, but whatever, it works just dandy. So put it back together, crossed my fingers, prayed to the keyboard MacBook gods and said, power on, please work. And it worked. It came on. I was super stoked. I was like, oh my God, it actually worked. I can't believe this. This is so crazy. You know how good it feels like when you get something, especially when you like, it's like even like with like doing projects, like, but even with hardware like that, it's kind of like you're even a little more worried because like if you break it, you broke it. Like there's really no, you have to either replace the part or make a replica part of it or something, right? Like there's no getting around it. It's what's kind of nice about like software development, right? It like you can break stuff, but like there's no breaking it to the point of like, oh, that's it, the part's broke, like order a new part, we gotta, no, just fucking wipe that damn code base down, rebuild, you know? I mean, if that, you know, God forbid, you don't have no backups of anything, you have nothing, just code it again, you know? Like you can recreate all this stuff. So that's what I think is really cool too about, you know, kind of like this. There's really no, obviously you want to do your best to not make that happen. You know, that's why we have like version control systems and backups of our, you know, virtual environments, or if you're on, you know, hardware, you know, on, or bare metal as they would say, you know, you have, you know, backup servers and stuff like that. But, you know, otherwise the reality is like you can remake all this stuff. It doesn't, you know, it's definitely not impossible feat, but like if you start breaking hardware, like you gotta replace it or whatever. And again, you know, not that you can't do that, but like it's just so much easier to like replicate code and stuff than it is, I guess, necessarily to like, you know, if you got some like rare 1940s, you know, car part that you broke when you were doing the install of it, and that's the only, like, it's a rare part, you're kind of screwed, right? You better either know how to make a new one, machine it yourself, or find some specialist that makes the specific kind of thing for your, which is hard, you know. But I don't know, it's just kind of the way I think about it. It's kind of weird. I know parts can just be replaced too, like new stuff, but like AWS does all the time, always swapping out, right? They make their own hardware though. Did you know that? AWS has their own hardware. They literally build their own servers and routers and all that stuff. It's pretty cool. So we did the install. Word. We might need to use sudo. See, they even told us. Now it's time to set up Amplify CLI. Configure Amplify by running the following command. This is where we're gonna have to be complete user. Okay, so I know your pain. I bet they hold. Right, so what are we gonna have to do here? After you do the configure, it'll ask you to sign into the console. Once you're signed in, Amplify will ask you to create an IAM user. Cool. This is what I was talking about, right? Amazon IAM, otherwise known as Identity Access Management. Oh, Identity and Access Management. I guess that's important. Two separate things, right? Enables you to manage users and user permissions in AWS. You can learn more about it here. We're good. We get it. They're gonna let us create accounts. I just followed that tut and just gave up due to it not making the app on my AWS account. No? All right, cool, Ethan. Let's see what happens. Like literally right now, because I said I was gonna do it, and then you did it ahead of time. You beat me to it? Oh my God. You're a maniac. That's CodeHustlin right there, boy, I tell you. Or did you do this another time? Which is still CodeHustlin, you know. Good luck. Thanks. Well, that's the fun part, right? Let's see what's up. Why is it not working, right? Maybe we'll come across what like happened with yours, why it's not working. You know, it could happen. Sometimes that happens, right? Sometimes it's just one little thing that we miss, or that one other person. That's why it's so great to work on projects like with a team, because you know, you just get different perspectives, right? Like you're working on something and you know, it's like, oh, that's it, man, I just can't figure out what's going on here. And then inevitably somebody else has had some, or they just have an idea, you know, they just go, hey, maybe it could be this, you know, and you're like, oh, I didn't think about that. And then you go down that path, and then there's a lot of times that turns out like, holy dude, that was it. Lisa, thanks for the tip. Thanks for your background and saying that I should check that out, you know? So, you know, ever watched Net Ninja? Learning together. Yeah, right, Nicole? It's all about learning. Sharon is Karen. He's a god, is he? Net Ninja. As in reference to like Internet Ninja or .NET Ninja? I'm skeptical of people who call themselves ninjas. Yeah, it's completely different, Ethan. It really is cool. It's cool if you have a good team. You know what I mean? Check this out. Yeah, I will. We'll go peek. But yeah, it's a whole. If you like right now, the team I'm working with on this project, they are all awesome. Like we mob session on stuff pretty much every day, which is basically when you all just, everybody kind of gets together and all just like one person drives, you know, a lot of times. And we swap it back and forth because we're using like, you know, in our case, we use Microsoft Teams. That just happens to be what our work collaboration tool is right now, which is far better than whatever we had before in the past. And so we all get into a video chat together. Someone shares their screen, they're doing stuff, and then we're just all like, no, hey, no, do this, no, try that. And it sounds like it gets chaotic, but it's like everybody respects each other. So like when someone says something, it's like, but we do, you know, it gets back and forth, you know, like you really start, and so, but you just drive through. Like, hold on, okay, let me try that, you know, and then, boom, yes, and then the whole team's like, fuck yeah, man, we all got it, sweet. You know, especially right now, everybody's remote, you know, it's just, it's one of those things where it also is kind of nice to collab with people and see them on, you know, on video at least, and kind of have that kind of that camaraderie as well. But yeah, working on a team can be, if you have a good team, it's really, it really does give you a lot of value, you know. And you get to learn from all these people that have great experience, you know. So you get to pick up all these like different tips and things that you probably wouldn't have found out. Maybe you'd find out eventually about it, but you know, not as quick, or as with the backing of that person's knowledge of like, oh yeah, but you know, if you do it this way, you're gonna run into this problem. So what I do, you know, and it's like those little nuggets that people, you know, do that the troubleshooting that they had to go through to get something working, that they can pass on to you. You know, it's just, that's gold, you know. Just like anything, right? If you were like learning to play guitar and Eric Clapton was like, hey, let me show you a couple, you're gonna be like, you know, anything that you can, those little things, oh, I do this thing, you know, when I slide, I do this with my thumb, and it's like, that's how I get that sound, you know. It's like, what? Oh my goodness. Like, you know, these are the people that you look up to and respect, and you know, sometimes they have some really great advice to give. Have you been mostly remote in your work? The last 5 years, yes. Prior to that, no, not at all. All on-prem. So yeah, it was an adjustment. When I first, it actually kind of got me depressed in the first year. Of course, I was not on a great project either, so that did not help the situation. I think your RAM is crying for help. Close some damn tabs, man. Why? Is the stream coming across weird or something? Am I glitching out? Let's see how bad it is, right? Can't you do Or is it because the music just keeps repeating? No. No, it's just OCD. Ah, okay. I thought you were like being serious. I was like, am I having problems? It is like taking a while to show this monitor though, right? So maybe my processes are getting a little out of control. Look at that. That took a little while. What do we got maxing this out? OBS is definitely maxing it out at 215%. Activity monitor eating it up. What else do we have? Streamlabs doesn't take up much. OBS 64. Actually, there's really not. It's not doing too bad except for the OBS stuff, huh? That's really the only thing that's really eating up a lot of the CPU, right? And yeah, OBS too here, right? Ooh, and the beans. Yeah, not too bad. For Safari, I don't even have Safari open. I never use Safari ever. It shouldn't even be in the list because it's not open. Shouldn't be. I don't know. Yeah, no. Cool. So it's, look, app memory, wired memory, compressed. Okay, what do we got? Physical 16. Memory use 13. Only using 13.6 of my 16, so almost all of it. I could kill some stuff. I could shut down something. Maybe we should for like this would probably help. Photoshop sometimes eats up a lot of, right? I can actually see these stickers right here are on the way. I think I said that. Or Chrome, right? Chrome is a beast, man. Right? I use 32 gigabyte bit overkill. Same. I haven't used Safari since 2010, I think. Right, Nicole? It's just one of those things. I don't know why. It's probably a great browser. There's something about it I just don't like. If you're like an original diehard Mac user, like I know a lot of people that use it like that, and I'm always like, "What are you're using Safari?" And they're like, "Yeah, why?" And I'm like, "Oh, no, that's cool. I'm just saying." I use Chrome and Brave. Yeah. I was using Brave. I actually use Brave on my phone all the time. I was using it on some computers and not on others. I don't even think I have it installed on here. Nope. Atlanta Braves, that wouldn't be the browser. I think I only have like Firefox and Chrome and Edge, which is weird, right? Because somebody said that so Microsoft Edge is built on Chromium, right? But they were saying that the performance and like its usage on your on your hardware is much better than Chrome's is. And I'm like, that's cool, because like the developer tools are the same in Edge that they are in Chrome because it's Chromium. So everything looks the same, feels the same. They just have some added little niceties that they put into their browser. And one of them, from what I understood, was the fact that and Microsoft's hitting it hard, man. They really are going full force on the whole open source software. And if you watched Microsoft Build this past couple months, their big conference that they did virtually on Twitch, actually, you saw it. Like they are shifting gears, full blown. Ever since like VS Code is one of the best things they've ever done. It's the most popular IDE in like the world, I believe. It's a phenomenal tool. I've flipped so many developers over to it. They're like, "What's that using?" I'm like, "It's VS Code." Really? Oh my god, I gotta get it. And then they're like, "Oh my god, dude, did you see all these things?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, it's cool, right?" I'm like, "Barbara, you can change the theme. You don't have to keep it that. You can make it camouflage if you want to. It's all up to you, you know." So, um, what was I talking about? Oh, we wanted to see I wanted to hear, what is it? Can you just say browser uh, performance, I guess, comparison? Honestly, all the features that Safari has now comes from Chrome. There you go. Nicole filling us in. The best web browsers for 2020. But I wanted to see like performance comparison of major web browsers. This was in May. So that's not too long ago. Let's see what this says about. I'm just curious. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just wanted to see. Do they have like a little? I wish they just would have like a little chart. All right, come on, you stinking website. Are you really? Is it my computer really eating up? It probably is. Just gotta close out Chrome and use a different browser. Maybe we'll do that. Let's see what. Really, really. Come on. You're not gonna give me like. Oh, it's a CSV. No. Where's a pretty? Give me a pretty graph. I want to see something easy. Come on. You're killing me. What are digital trends maybe? 6 days ago. Give me some love. Show me a picture. The best web browser? Google Chrome. Lies! No, I'm just kidding. Chrome is ubiquitous. Why does it not talk about their browser with the most potential? Edge. Let's see what it says about it. What is it saying? What's it telling us? Show me the right? Opera or Opera? Oh, I don't know. Everybody's got an opinion. Okay, why? Edge developed an integrated browser for Windows 10 dubbed Edge that uses in-house browsing engine updates along. Edge remains unable to wrote Edge using open source Chromium browser engine, taking Google's lead and making something which replaces the legacy version pre-installed. Okay, at first glance, Edge looks and feels like Chrome. It prompts you to hated. Another shot. Even more, supports Chrome extensions. That's cool. Though the browser leads you to the Microsoft Store for add-ons, you must manually load Chrome Web Store and install. Okay. The big news here is performance. This is what we were talking about. Microsoft optimized the Chromium-based Edge for Windows 10. As a quick experiment, we loaded 6 identical pages, tabs in Chrome and Edge. And looking at the task manager, showed Chrome consuming 1.4 gigabytes of memory, while Edge consumed half that, basically, right? 665 megs. That's crazy. That's extremely good news for PC. Can we look at this now? Sorry, I'm so off track, right? I'm totally not doing what I was supposed to be doing, which was building that whole Amplify magic. We're gonna do that. It's only 9:45. We can play at this till like midnight, whatever. No. What is Chrome using up now? 778. I guess you would have to. Oh, here it is. Sorry, Chrome 340. But what are all these? Helper, GPU. What is that? We have the time. Yeah, right, Nicole. Come on. Although, what is it? Right here. 8:45 there, right? You're only an hour behind, right? Behind my East Coast time. It's 9:46 p.m. here. Yeah, what are all these other little Chrome thingamajiggers? Chrome thingamajiggers. That's a real thing. I made that up. These Google Chrome helper render. What is that? Oh, what is that? What is that? What is it? What is it doing? Why are you on my computer? Oh, here's a bunch of them too, right here. Look, desktop helper. I don't know what that all is. Well, it does appear though that Edge is obviously, they are saying it's much more performant, and it's still Chromium. Chromium. Oh, I was asking earlier in chat, did somebody yep, 8:46. That's what I thought. Does the text in the stream look crisp like when you're watching? Because I noticed that yesterday, so I was like, oh, let me go look and see if they muted this on YouTube, because I was curious, like, or no, on Twitch, and then I was looking on YouTube to see if stuff got pushed across, and let me close down some of these tabs, might help too, right? Come on, go away. And so I noticed, hey, are you DevOps? Alan Calabar. Alan, no. Am I saying that right? Anyway, welcome to the stream. Am I DevOps? I'm a human. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, I'm just being a smart ass. I'm a developer, but yes, been doing a lot. All right. Alan. So I said, okay, cool, man. Sorry, I said man too. I always do that. I'm like, I don't know. You could be. I gotta catch myself defining people before I know who they are. Anyway, yeah. So, Alon, during the day, I do a lot of DevOps stuff. We are been working a lot, but again, traditionally or whatever, and previous to this current project, I'm mainly a developer, web developer typically, but I do, but yeah, I've been doing a lot of DevOps stuff. So we've been deploying like GitLab and OpenShift and stuff out into AWS's platform and stuff, and then doing a lot of containerized application deployments and like working with just getting the pipelines built out for stuff like that. So a lot of YAML file, a lot of code configuration or infrastructure as code stuff, so no worries. I'm a man from Israel. Nice, Alon. Do you pick up on Chemical X's stream? He's in Israel as well, and he does a lot of JavaScript. Does a lot of stuff in freecodecamp.org. He does, and he's been through a bunch of the things, and now he's doing a bunch of the challenges, and he's a good time. He's a really cool dude, and always we can do that, right? How do you do that? Now that I remember, let's see. You do, and then it's right. Don't I have to go? I think that's how you do it. I think I set that up. I'm like, let me click the link myself, make sure that I go to the right person. I'm pretty sure that was right. It looks to be resolving properly. Yes, it is. So yeah, Alon, we were gonna do, and he goes by Shemi. That's what everybody calls him, Shemi. That's him there. Yeah, check him out. Cool dude. And then he'll be on your time zone too, because that's always, I know, an issue. Like I'm always super interesting. Really into this stuff as well. Worked as a sysadmin, DevOps somewhat. Yes, I'm dabbling in the technologies you mentioned as well, right? And you know what's so cool about it, right, Alon, is like they're free. Like even this, right? We're messing around AWS. I'm just on my free tier account. We're gonna build out a little bit of a. We're gonna do like going through the getting started here. Ethan said go with Vue because that's what Ethan wanted to do. So that's what we're doing. I would have picked React because that's what I know better. But hey, why not? Let's learn something new. We'll do some Vue. We'll do a little bit of, some React. We'll do some, Ionic, maybe do some mobile building, whatever, it doesn't matter. We'll get it working. We'll do stuff. Amazing. All right. Amplify config is the next command that we need to run. And you'll see, Alon, I kind of bounce all over the place, but like Ethan said, he goes, you need to shut down some of those processes going on. I probably really should. Like here's a Mongo Docker container that I have running. I should maybe we could stop that if we wanted to. And then not have that going on. I have no containers in here. I have not done any Docker stuff on this computer. Well, actually, before I swapped over, because this is I was doing stuff where I didn't want those exposed anymore. So I deleted all my images and containers out of here. So, oh, really, really cool. Didn't know him. Also surprised. There's an Israeli streamer. Laugh out loud. Yeah, gave him a follow. Yeah, if I get to hop on a stream, I'll tell him you sent me. Yeah, no, definitely, dude. He'll know. He actually came onto my stream for the first time the other day. Again, because of the time zone difference, like I always catch him. Like I would get up early, like sometimes. Alon, thanks so much for the follow. Appreciate that, brother. Welcome to Code Hustle. It's a movement, not a brand. You know who I have not, know where I have not sent stickers to yet? Israel. We got some going to New Zealand, the UK. I've sent a couple to Canada. So I have Code Hustle stickers, but I won't send them to you guys yet because, and if you want some, just pop me a whisper with your address, or if you want to hit me up on Twitter, JD_Hirsch. Or actually, I think I have, right? Let me, right, didn't I put it there? Yeah, Twitter, there it is. So here's the Code Hustle stickers, right? And we just created a new one that's not Code Hustle, but it's created by Code Hustle for Code. No, let me get rid of this really quick, just to kind of close some things down. You can see I have quite a few different little things going on here. So this should be gone because, oh my goodness, look, see my pinwheel's coming up. It's like, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. If the stream crashes, I apologize. We'll just start it back up. Can you send me Tom's stream, please? Yeah, she said yeah. Nicole said yeah. Who's Tom? Why is this frozen? Oh no, this could be bad. Please don't crash on me. Just be my friend and I'll show you that we can. Oh, hey, there we go. Okay, so that shut down. So that is, we can, yep. This should be gone too. It's just having trouble. I should probably just close out this and restart it. It seems like these are hung. Oh, there we go. Bye to you too. Although it's probably gonna be like, I don't know what you're trying to do, cause yeah. Tom's stream. Tommy Tom. There we go. Finally done. Finally got rid of it. Let's close the tab. Let's go over here. Let's close this tab too. All right, now we're here. We're back at here. Tom 101. All right. What's Tom doing? Can we go give him a follow, why not? We're gonna do some. This is like I'm gonna promise to keep doing Amplify until we don't do it. No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna do it, I promise. Just wanted to see old Tom 101. What does he do? It's cool, I'll get him, thanks a lot. Does coding? I'm learning web. Oh no, he's hosting, right? No, that's him. Learning web dev from scratch. Nice. See, he's doing free code camp. Nice. We donate to free code camp. We're doing our $5 a month. Let's give him a follow. Word up. All right. There you go, Tom. Appreciate it. Close that. Let's just close all these tabs we got open. chatbots and Twilio, and so we built we built a, it's actually running right now, but we built a Twilio bot. And so if you exclamation SMS space and then put a message, you will send me a text message to my phone. Yes, this is true. And this is all that it took, was just this 58 lines of code. Some of which are comments, some of which is just white space. Haha. Very cool though. Yeah, Shemi's got a lot of friends now. He's super popular. He's super popular, you know. The people, they go to him, they want to go talk to him. I don't know why. I don't know what's so special. Nah, he's super cool. He's super cool, dude. He actually gave me a lot of love. In fact, he's the one that got me my 50th follower. I'm trying to make affiliate so I can apply to the live coders team. And he's like, chat, go give Code Hustle a follow right now. I don't even care if you want to follow him or not. Do it for me. He was giving me a lot of love. I appreciated it. But yeah, so we built this little SMS thing. So yeah, in the chat, if you want to send me a text message to my phone, you can do that via the exclamation SMS command. That was fun. That was cool. All right, what do we got here? Oh, that's our. Let's close this down. Order in production. We'll close that down. Thanks. Success. That's our stickers on the way. Oh yeah, that's what I was doing before I. Let's see. Where did I? Is it in here? No. I always forget too. That's like I switch from one computer to another computer, and then I forget the directory structure on one computer compared to the next one. So I'm like, what did I use on that one? Where did I save that? I don't even remember. Like this one for say. I was trying to see. I don't see it. I don't even know if I saved it in here or not. That's how great of a organized I'm being here. I don't even know where I'd have to find it somewhere. I don't think I put it in there. Wow, that's pretty bad. I don't have a lot of these. That shouldn't be hard. This is it right here. That's why. Yeah, that's right. That's how bad. I think I just left it in. I think I just left it in the. Let's see. Are you gonna show me? Usually they give you a preview. So this is the sticker, although minus that outside black line. It's this checkered line is where it just goes up to where that little white line is right there. Can't you? Really? No, not in there. Okay. Anyway, that's the sticker. So those are coming. They're coming. When they get here, I'm gonna send some out. Anyway. All right. So let's close this crap down, and this stuff here, and this stuff here, and we're gonna get to work for real now. We're not gonna keep just bullshitting. Get serious. Get serious right now. Right after I get this coffee, because I'm gonna need it to get through the next 2 hours. Or hour and a half. We'll see how long we go for. But we're gonna get this Amplify thing going. So I need literally like 3 minutes, not even probably, to just grab coffee and then be right back. I already have my water, so we're good on that. And then we're gonna serious about Amplify. We're not gonna take any more sidetrack. We're not gonna leave the Amplify tutorial. Promise. Okay. Be right back. Not even gonna change the be right back to the be right back screen. That's how fast it's gonna be. No. All right, I need to have a timer. Go, timer. if I start getting away, you can just text message me and say, hey, hurry back. Come on. So say bang, SMS, and then say, where you at, Jerry? Get back to the stream, doggone it. Okay, right now. Get coffee. 2 minutes. Okay. Look at that. We're back. We're back in the saddle again. Okay, Amplify configure. We'll ask you to sign in. Oh, will you now? That's not what we're looking for. Here we go. Let's see. Scanner plugin. Plugin scan successful. What else are you gonna do for us? Amplify CLI collects anonymized usage data, which is used to help understand how to improve the product. If you don't wish to use, well, we already just hit Amplify configure without the data usage off flag. Whatever. What is it doing? Why is it taking so long? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on here? What's going on here? All right, all right, all right. What happened? Freaked out. And then it said, okay, Follow these steps, set up your sign in to AWS account. So I went there, press enter to continue. All right, ooh, here we go. All right, so specify our AWS region. So what does it say to do in the tutorial? So specify region, your preferred region. Once you're signed in, okay. Specify username of the AN account, and then that. Okay, so what region? Oh, well, what region were we in already? Ohio? I don't care, that's fine with me. Oh, it's not even on there. East, we'll choose East. East 1 or 2, doesn't matter. Oh, there's a whole bunch. I wonder why it defaults to Ohio for here. Or why that I got Ohio. Look at all those. There's so many. Can you search it like? No. I didn't even see that in there. Did you see? There's so many. Is it just keep on going around and around? Am I missing something? No, it is, right? Just going around in circles. Okay. Because I'm like, it doesn't show, so we'll just choose East 1 username. That should be it, I think, right? Why does it keep doing that? US East 2. Oh, we got the fly back. Great, thanks, fly. The freaking fly. Alright, so what is this? You can add multiple users at once with the same access type permission. So, username. So what does it say I need to do? It says, oh, this is the username for the Amplify IAM user role, not the one for me. Okay, so what they're saying in here is, okay, so I'm gonna use this one as CodeHustle. But what does it say? Create a user with administrator access to your account to provision AWS resources for like apps incognito, etc. Okay. So, oh, should I not? Enables access key ID and secret access key for AWS API, CLI, SDK, and other development tools. That sounds like what we want. Enables password that allows you. No, we want the programmatic access. Next is permissions. It says. We said administrator access is what we want, right? That's what it says here, I believe, right? Administrator access. Once the user is created, Amplify will ask you to provide the access key and secret access to connect Amplify with your new. Okay, next. Okay, so that's the stuff that we definitely don't want to show, right? So next is tags. I don't think that's going to show anything. I don't need it. Next review. Let me just to be careful, because I'm not really sure where that is going to wind up. All I know is that it's eventually going to okay, don't need that. So there is the username, the access type, and the permissions. Okay, so it says create user, right? And then over here it tells us that we're gonna create user access key and secret access key. Okay, so that is stuff that we also do not want to show on screen, right? So I'm gonna pull this away as well for a sec. And over here, I'm gonna hit enter. And it's asking for the access key. Oh, I like that. I love when they do that. Have you seen that before where they they actually don't show I'm almost skeptical to show it, but right here, this access key right a second ago in brackets, it said hidden. So it won't even show this on screen. So technically, oh, let me go over here and enter that and see how it says hidden. So technically, I hope it didn't show it. There you go. Okay, cool. So profile name. This would create the AWS profile in your local machine. Can I just do default, I guess? Well, what does it say? Does it say I need to do anything? Yeah, it looks like it says to just do the default, right? Successfully set up the new user. Okay. So next we'll set up and initialize Amplify. All right, cool. Sweetness. So here, let's get our this. Come on there. We could actually do these like side by side. It might be better, right? Let me close that real quick, just so I don't mistakenly go over there and do that. All right, cool. So now set up the full stack project. Create a new Vue app. Okay, so we're gonna do npm install global Vue, right? Why not? Why not? Oh, I'm right here. AWS Amplify start where I'm at. That's cool. And then we want to do this globally, so we're gonna have to sudo this bad boy. I could do npx, but yeah, you know, we'll probably be using that in the future. Why not? We'll see what's up. We'll see what happens. Here we go. Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario? Hey yo, code knows this and code knows that, but code don't know jack if you don't tell it what to do. Ah yes, my great rapping skills. Alright, so we are installing the Vue CLI globally. I didn't even realize that Vue did its install via, like, it's almost like create React app, right? Vue create my Amplify project. Nice. Ooh, that's gonna screw this up a little bit, isn't it? That's okay. It'll be alright. It'll work out just fine, I promise. We'll be alright. Come on, feel enough. Come on, download packages. Oi, standing too long. No, standing too long. It's the feet. It's the feet. You know, you get older, feet get swelling. You know, you gotta kind of walk in place. I got this nice mat that I sit on. It's got a little ball in the middle. You can roll your feet on. You know, gotta do that. Hey, hey. Oh, look at all the packages going here. Apollo, Bcrypt, Babel, all the magical packages. This is though, right? This is kind of one of the things we're always concerned about, though, is the amount of node modules that get installed and dependencies that exist for some of these applications. You know, keeping on top of their vulnerabilities and their their security issues is can be daunting, especially with the amount of like packages that these things install. It can get pretty crazy, especially if you know, you have to adhere to certain security you know, policies and regulations and stuff, and so it can get pretty hairy, because you're like, I did this whole application, I need to oh yeah, this one package that it depends on is an issue. You're like not allowed to use it or something. You know, it's like, oh geez. Well, what am I gonna do now? What am I gonna do now, friends? I don't know. Got my Ember shirt on today, you know. You know me and all my you know, swag stuff. This I got from, there's actually a site called DevSwag. And I got it there. They actually, I don't think they're really, it doesn't seem like they're really doing it anymore, but what it seemed like they were doing was collecting up all of like conference shirts that, like when they would have these conferences and stuff, and the ones that they didn't sell or give away or whatever, that they, like this DevSwag site, it seemed like they were picking up all the like leftovers, and then they resold them at cheaper prices. Like I think I got this for like $8 or something like that. And it's like the 2018 Ember conference shirt with their little Ember dudes. Little what are they, gophers or something? I forget what they are. I always forget. Anyway. What, gophers? Yeah, they are gophers, I'm pretty sure. Alright, so we did the view, right? So now it's saying to do view, create, and we'll just I guess we'll just kind of amplify first run. How about some of that? Let's see. Okay, so view, create, amplify, first run. All right, so this is going to create scaffold out the whole. Oh, they look so happy, right? I think they are happy. View CLI. Okay, please pick a preset. It's funny, do they not even, they don't talk about that, do they? They didn't. We'll go with default. Initializing Git repo, installing CLI plugins. This might take a while. Oh, don't take too long. Got this. Frickin' fly is back. Frickin' fly. I'm sure it's not the same one. I bet it's not. Now he's just chilling on the light over there. Go ahead. Stick to that. Stay there. You can go back and watch clips of me and the fly battling it out. Like, they're quite funny to go back and watch yourself act like smacking stuff in midair, but nothing's there, you know. Well, something was there, I just wasn't catching it. Doing my walking in place here, you know. Keep the legs moving. Unexpected error in the house. It's like that episode of Breaking Bad, right? I don't know if I saw that episode. I never really watched the full series. Oh, I know. Don't hate me. You know why? Because what made me mad about that was like, right, he was sick or something, right? And he's like cancer, so he's like, I gotta turn to, you know, drugs making to pay for the bills. But if you notice, it's like the first or second episode, I think, right, where his like good friend that owns company, whatever, is all like, "Hey man, I'll give you a job. Like I'll give you the medical coverage will cover all your stuff." And he's like, "No, I don't want to do that." And it's like, "Oh, so you'd rather sell methamphetamines instead of like take a job?" And like the guy just said, the health coverage will cover everything. If I'm not mistaken, that's what happened. And I was like, that kind of just annoys me. And then I didn't want to watch it anymore. What do I know? You know, what do I know nothing. But I know it was a really good series. A lot of people liked it. I'm sure it was good. No doubt. All right, we are gonna get this thing going. It's installing. So then so this is just doing which is interesting. It's interesting that you have to do, because look, it's right, like look at this, right? It's saying it's extracting like all these packages and stuff, right? So it's interesting to me that it says after you cd into the project that you do npm install, because it looks as if, and typically right when you scaffold an application like that, it has all those dependencies already in there. So I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. I've never used Vue before. Actually, I've used it. I used it a long time ago just to try it out, like when it first came out. Probably changed quite a bit. That's another really good documentary that they did on honeypot.io on YouTube. They did a Vue documentary. Pretty interesting how that came about. Just a dude that needed to fix a problem. That's how a lot of these things happen, right? Somebody has an issue, or they have something that they need to do. There's not a tool out there that does it for them, so they just build it themselves. And that's basically that was the story behind Vue as well. But I recommend go check it out, because it was really cool, pretty interesting. Invoking the generators, installing additional dependencies. Do it. Tell me. Initialize a new backend. So now that we have a running Vue app, time to set up Amplify so that we can create the necessary backend services needed to support the app. From the root of the project, run Amplify init. Okay, cool. So then when initialize Amplify, you'll be prompted for some information. Okay, so enter the name. We're going to say to do, right? Because that's what the little tutorial is going to be. Enter a name for the environment. We're going to say dev. It's probably the default, right? Sometimes the CLI will prompt you to edit a file. It will use this editor to open those files. Choose your default editor. Okay, Amplify supports JavaScript, React, iOS, and Android app. Choose the type of app that you are building. JavaScript, yep. You're using Vue, yep. Source directory, path. Cool. Okay, so here we go, right? Although it's funny, it says change. Yeah, no, I know. So see how it npm run serve? It doesn't say to do an npm install afterwards. I don't think you need to do that. I feel like that's not. I feel like that. Well, let's try it, right? I mean, this basically tells you right here to do cd into amplify, right? First run, and that just says to do the npm run serve. I think that's gonna work without running, because I'm like, it just installed all those packages, did it not? Starting development server, I would say that that's a good sign. This should not be there, that step, because the Vue create does that, unless, I don't think so. I mean, to me, I don't think that's a necessary step. It did that install on the create this Amplify project. And again, this kind of would indicate that we are on the right road here, right? Our app was running here at local host. Oh, is it now? Is it now? Go to the IP. Show me Vue. What? There it is. Okay, so we have our running outdated documentation. That's true. This is possible. This is possible. Although it's kind of crazy, right? Because it is on docs Amplify. Well, we'll go tell Nader Dabbit, right? He was Ethan was showing us his post about hiring Amplify JavaScript developers full-time remote for $120,000 to $150,000. Ethan was stating how that seemed like that was crazy amount of money for what they get paid in the UK. And I said, that's pretty normal and people even make more than that. As it's based on locality too, you know, it could not really be that much money, to be honest. It's a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but like we were talking with Nicole and saying, like, if you live in California, 120,000 doesn't go very far. All right, so we know that's running. So then this is saying initialize a new backend. So then now that we have running view app, amplify a init. Okay. So go here. We can well, we can just we can just stop it for now, right? And then we can do amplify init, it says, and that should start asking us some questions, right? Enter a name for the project. They want us to call it to do you, man. Enter a name for the project. Amplify first run. I'll still call it to do. Why not? Do why not? Project name should be between 3 and 20. Oh, would you stop now? How about that then? Fine. Enter a name for the development. We'll call it dev, right? Visual Studio Code is what we want to use. That would be correct. Thank you for your time. JavaScript is what we want. View is what we're doing. Source directory, sure. Distrib, sure. Build command, npm run script build. Okay. You could just say npm run build and say run script build. Whatever. We're gonna keep all their defaults, right? Run script serve. Use default provider AWS Cloud Formation, right? Let's see. This is the profile you created. Command in the introduction step. Do you want to use an AWS profile? When you initialize a new project, the things okay. What do we miss? Use default provider AWS Cloud Formation. Yeah, I guess. Is this doing anything? What's going on? Oh, okay, it's still trying to go through. So do you want to use an AWS profile? This is the profile you created with the Amplify configure. Okay, please choose the profile you want to use. I guess I can say default, right? Or do I have to, like, it says default, so I guess I'm assuming default is the one that I have configured, right? Because it says this is the profile you created with the Amplify configure command in the introduction step. Do you want to use an AWS profile? So I'm like, yeah, but is that... Okay, that's not saying anything. Initializing project in cloud, so obviously it's working. Amplify status will show you that. Show you what you've added already and if it's locally configured or deployed. These are all git commands. You notice that? This is like git status, git add, git push. So what do they want us to do? Install the Amplify libraries. The first step to using Amplify in the client is to install the necessary dependencies. So the package is set of Vue-specific UI components that make it easy to integrate functionality like end-to-end authentication flows. Okay, so when we initialize it, whenever a few things happen, creates a top-level directory called Amplify that stores your backend definitions. During the tutorial, you'll add capabilities such as auth, GraphQL, storage. Okay, well, we may not be able to finish this by tonight, but I think there are more to-do apps than there are actual things to be done in the universe. I agree, unexpected error. I agree. But I gotta just do it to not have to worry about thinking about like what kind of other app to build. Right now, I'm just gonna go with what they're doing for the tutorial, and then we could think about like, oh well, let's build an app like that does this, and then we'll push that through Amplify and try that out, you know. But right now, I don't want to have to think about like building an application. I just want to see how this whole like flow works, you know. But I agree. The to-do apps are, although great for learning. There's like a whole site, right, to do like in every single framework. But you know, it has been used to death. All right, so they're saying that we need to do this. Of course, I'm just being a smart. Oh no, you're good. You're good. I agree. It is. That's that was one of the things that I really liked about like Wes Boss's JavaScript 30 course, because you do like a different little challenge or whatever every day, or well, you know, whenever you can do it. But each one of the little challenges are like something completely different, right? He does like a drum kit thing. He does like a pain like expander like thing, you know. So he just does all these different like out of the box JavaScript challenges and things for you to learn from instead of the standard old to do. And you know, that's with intention, of course, for that exact reason too, to give you something a little bit more like, oh, this is fun, this is something different, this is cool, you know. So they want us to do this npm install AWS Amplify at AWS Amplify view. Okay, I'll do that, I guess. I love Syntax FM. Yes, love Wes Boss. His CSS Grid course was awesome, right? Wes Boss is great. I still have 2 of his pro courses in the wings, as they say, right? And that I have not done yet. One of them is the ES6 course, and the other one is the Advanced React and GraphQL course. And I do have the beginner React course as well, but I have not done those 2. I bought them now like almost a month or 2 months ago now, and I still haven't gotten around to going through it. It's just one of those things, right? It just happens. You just, come on, let's install, you sucker. Still here, just getting the legs going, you know. They stretch them out a little bit. This is what takes the longest time, is just getting all the packages installed, right? Oh my goodness gracious. But then once that's done, right, then I feel like they're gonna walk us through the view stuff, because I don't know how to do it. I don't know the view stuff, although I'm sure we can figure it out. Alright, we're almost there. We're almost there. We're gonna make it. Love fast XML parser. I don't know, do we? Alright, we're getting close. I think we're almost done. And then next we need to configure Amplify on the client so that we can use it to interact with our backend services. So, right, first thing we want to do is come over here and just go like this. I think this will be the easiest thing to do, right? Let's do a new window. Come on, baby. Gotta start thinking about building that streaming rig, right? Build a streaming rig. I saw a great walkthrough on what you should do, what you should buy. for like a budget streaming rig, but that's kick-ass for like 600 bucks. So open folder. I want to open up let's see here. This should be AWS Amplify, right? First run. This is it, right? Should be that whole thing, I think, right? Let's see what we got in here. Let's take a peek. Why don't we? All right. So we got an Amplify folder, public source, node modules, right? Git ignore. All this goodness. Got a little README. Probably tells you how to make this work. A little bit. Okay. Cool. So they're saying in the source main, right, that they would like us to do this right here, right? So, and add the following code below. It says open source main and add the following code below the last import. Okay. So they're wanting us to keep what's in there, right? It says below the last import, right? So it's saying right there, right? Fair enough. Okay, so now Amplify has been successfully configured. As you add or remove remove categories and make updates to your backend configuration using the Amplify CLI, the configuration in AWS exports will update automatically. Oh, okay, nice. Set of the full stack. A list of to-dos. Okay, so data requirements. For this app, we have the following requirement: a list of to-dos, right? The ability to create, update, delete a to-do. The full CRUD operations. Gonna buy a PC? I would build one as a streaming rig, and then still use my Mac as my development machine. And there's actually quite a few streamers. There's a few people on the live coders team I know. Well, some of them came from the gaming side too, so they already kind of had the whole. But there's a few people that do where they have the a streaming rig, and then they have like their MacBook or even a Mac Mini I've seen as their development box, because they want to use Linux or Unix based OSs, you know. I haven't really seen a lot of people using anything other than really Macs and Windows boxes. You don't really see a lot of like Ubuntu, or not that it's not. There is a little bit. Can you see the fly on the screen? No, no you can't. That's why. Duh. Like there he is. Let's start the slap fly thing again. But yeah, maybe eventually. You know, it's not a critical thing right now. Just so given these requirements, you'll need to able to query. Okay, we would use a type to do that. Okay, because we're using Amplify, we can use the GraphQL schema definition. Okay, the app model. Okay, so this is talking about, so create a GraphQL API and database. So now that the data is modeled, well, where am I doing this at? It doesn't say. For this app, we have the following requirement. A list of to-do. Okay, given these requirements, in GraphQL, we would use a type to define. Okay, because we're using backend requirement API, the GraphQL transform library then converts your schema definition language into a set of fully descriptive AWS Cloud Formation templates that implement your data model. The app model directive lets Amplify know we intend for this type to have data that needs to be stored. This will create a DynamoDB table, which is like MongoDB, for us, and make all, or a NoSQL database, right? Make all GraphQL operations available in the API. Okay, I guess, I mean, they're not telling me to do anything there, so I could be should open up GraphQL schema in your text editor. Oh, should it now? Schema generated is for the to-do app. You'll notice a directive on the to-do type of model. This directive is part of, okay. Hold on a second. Amplify backend API, my API, schema GraphQL. Are they saying that you can create that strictly right here? Now that the data is modeled, it's time to create the GraphQL API. From the root of the project, run the following command. Please select from one of the below mentioned services, GraphQL. Provide API name, API. Okay, so choose the default authorization type, API key. Okay, enter a description for the API key. Okay, demo. Configure advanced settings. No. Do you have annotated graph? No. Do you want a guided schema creation? Yes. What best describes your project? Single object with fields. Do you want to edit the schema now? Yes. Okay, I guess it's telling us that it's going to walk us through. Is that right? Amplify, what is it? Add API. You gonna buy a PC? Oh, I already asked that question. Oh, sorry. But yeah, I saw this like walkthrough. It was like under $600 for a budget like streaming rig, but it was like a really good rig, and the individual is very well known for their product reviews and hardware suggestions and all that stuff, that they're full-time like paid to do that stuff for YouTube and whatnot. So we're choosing GraphQL, right? Please select from one of the following. I already did that. Provider API name, we're going to call it the provider API name. Let's call it what they're suggesting to do, but it's good to do right to do API, something like that. API key, right? Enter description for the API key. After how many days? 7 says, okay, that's fine. Do you want to configure advanced settings for the GraphQL? Do you want to configure use? No, I'm done, right? Nope. I do want to annotate a graph. That's a no. No is a default, right? Do you want to guided schema creation? Yes. Single object with fields, right? Do you want to edit the schema now? Yes. Please press enter to continue. Oh, that's sweet. Okay, check that out. So it just creates... Fly, you're gonna drive me nuts. I don't know if I got it or not. Also didn't want to smack the light today. Interesting, I usually run my dev environment in a cloud VM and then run the streaming from my laptop, but maybe building a badass streaming rig might be better, or even if not better, then more fun, right? That would be fun too, right? Build it on stream. Build the whole rig on stream, that'd be cool. I just thought, yeah, I mean, right? Although that's cool too, like what you're doing. Yeah, I mean, you could totally just go up into just leverage some cloud space and do your deving up there, but yeah, you know, to each their own, or options, I should say, right? If something, whatever, you can't do it here, you can go develop in cloud space. You could use Code Sandbox if you wanted to do your dev right in the browser and then push it to GitHub so you don't lose your stuff either. Okay, cool. So what do we got? So it pops up, right? Shows us the schema generated, right? That's what we want, right? The GraphQL transform a type decorated, right? Okay. So by doing the at model, it says that at model tells it, right? A type decorated with the at model directive will scaffold out the database table or the type to do table, the schema for CRUD, and the GraphQL resolvers needed to make everything work together. That's awesome. So now that the API has been successfully created, we need to push our updated configuration to the cloud so our API can be deployed. Okay, so let me go back over here, right? Because that's that. I gotta save this, I guess. Right, it's saying to do amplify push. Right, here it says to press that to continue. I don't know what that's doing. Doing something. I believe it's thinking. Brain is pulsating. The computer brain. Right, are you doing something? I press enter to continue. Come on. There we go. Graph schema compiled successfully. Edit your schema there. Now, right? The following types do not have auth enabled. Consider using. Yep, I'm sure we're getting there. So now they're saying I need to do amp. Amplify push, right, to deploy the GraphQL API. Let's see. We should be seeing this too, right? Like over here, let's see if it's still logged in. It's calculating your AWS bill, right? That's funny. Where would we see that actually built, right? Can you see Amplify in here like this? And does it, let's see if it shows anything. Okay. I would have thought that, oh, okay, come on, stand still. Ooh, you can hear it. Oh, this is really eating up my resources here. I can hear my what happened? Okay, current environment debt. Okay, are you we'll build all your local backend resources provisioned in the cloud. Amplify publish will build all your local. Yeah, I mean that's what they wanted me to do, right? Was do the push, right? And it says when you run the Amplify, you will have the option. Let's bring this to the forefront again. All right, it says you will have the option to have all the GraphQL operations found in your schema generated for you in code. So choose the following options. Are you sure you want to continue? Do you want to generate code? Okay, so I'm going to say yes here, right? Do you want to generate code for your newly created GraphQL API? Yes. JavaScript. Enter the file name pattern of the GraphQL queries. Enter the file. So they're just using, okay, that, right? We just go with the default. Do you want to generate, update all possible GraphQL operations, queries, mutations, subscriptions? Is that a yes, I'm assuming? Let's see. Yes, okay. So that is a yes as well. First time, I don't know the answer. Enter the maximum statement depth. Increase from default if your schema is deeply nested. It's not. 2 is good to go. Updating resources in the cloud. This may take a few minutes. Okay, so once that's done, then we can run Amplify status. This will give us the current status of the Amplify project, including the current environment, any categories that have been created, and what state those categories are in. It should look similar to this. Provider operation resource. Okay. And then testing the API to view services deployed in your project at any time in the Amplify console. Run Amplify console. Okay, cool. Let's try that out. We're getting there. It's calculating the bill. That's right. That's right. Unexpected error. You called it. They're gonna charge. You know what's funny though? Like, they still won't even charge you, right? Like if you're like, or at least I've seen it, like where it kind of was like $5, $10, and they just didn't even charge. They're just like, whatever. It's not enough money to actually. You're not really using the service extensively, so. But I guess the best thing would be is to just, right? Hopefully at the end of this they'll say too, because like, wouldn't you want to like shut this down, right? Updating resources in the cloud. So the whole idea though, right, is that you would be in here building out this to-do application, right? You got components right here. This is just a hello world view right now, right? But you would, once this is all set up, right, you literally can just start building out the application. It's got built-in. I was joking. Again, what else is new, right? No, you're good, man. I get it. No, I think that was funny. Calculating the bill, it's true. Usually they'll do things really cheap for devs or offer the first 1,000,000 calls for free. At least I know Azure does. I assume it doesn't. Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty lenient. I think they can. Again, if you're just doing some dev stuff, there really shouldn't be any real. Right, there really shouldn't be any extensive use of the services, right? I mean, like this little view thing is, I mean, what is this going to use? You know, barely anything. Okay, so Amplify status. Yeah, still the key, who cares, whatever. It has nothing to do with not extensive use of the services. It has to do with what devs recommend when they build apps for real for their companies and want them to, yeah. Well, if you want to, it's all good. It's all good. That's the benefit, right? And shut it down and be good to go. Take over the world, right? So that's the status, right? API, no change, any of that. And then they're saying, if you want to see, right? This should just open up in the browser, I'm assuming, right? Now, oh shit, this will open up your Amplify app project. It's gonna do something. Seriously though, don't forget that API key is now in your videos. If you save it, it's not just me that can see it. Yeah, no, I know, thanks. I had to blow away a video when I realized I'd leaked a private key. Yeah. Well, that did not work anyway. This says this with this did not. So I guess I don't have anything deployed here. Why did that not work? Yeah, no, yeah, I guess, right. It would be a good idea to not. Well, the only good thing is I'll just shut this down, so then there's no way to access it, right? But this does not look like this worked. It's saying that these are the... I'm not authorized to make this call, which means nobody else is either, right? Or do I not? Did I not finish? No, I should have done. That should have worked, right? What was the rest of the tutorial? Test your API to view services deployed. Console, run the following. This will open up a project, right? And then choose the API tab to view AppSync API. Clicking on the API will open up. Yeah, but it's not there, right? It's not there. This is the console, I'm assuming. Right? No apps. Oh wait, it wasn't a private key. Those can be rotated. I accidentally displayed a very strictly internal only slide. Oops. Oh no, you're good. Yeah, no, I mean, I probably shouldn't. Some of the times you don't even know it's gonna pop up, right? So then you're like, oh shit. Like, not my fault. I didn't know. They should have warned me. So the only thing I don't see here is that this is not. So app. This will open up your Amplify app project in Internet Service Console. So this did not work. Because that did, right? Amplify console. That opens up and it just says it doesn't exist. So the status was although it doesn't really tell you, right? Like it doesn't really give you a status in the sense of it doesn't tell you like it's up or running or anything, right? It just says that API to do API provider, that's all, right? It doesn't really give you, which is what they're saying I should see, right? But that for some reason that is not. That should open this up, but it's not. Not a there, not a there. Right? I mean, why'd you not work? App with ID this, not found. Yeah. Word up. Now this is what the API. Now I expected this kind of, right? Because I'm assuming, because that's what you. Although, wait a second, shouldn't. Shouldn't that have. This will open it. Yeah, right. So. Yeah, no. So that should have been. Run queries, mutations. Yeah, see, this is not. So, what do we do? What do we do? Why will you not push? Why will we not run? What is your problem? Let's just have bad circulation going on. Just be have bad circulation going on. I'm trying to push again. See if that. See, it successfully pulled backend environment dev from the cloud. So it's seeing something, right? Why is that not? Why is that not giving us the? Why is it not finding it? Still no bueno. No bueno. Not working. Not working. Is the AWS profile you're using the same one associated with that login? How does this not have, or does it not put them in here? I guess not. I guess it's a separate thing. I was looking for not that I really know these things. I don't know AWS terribly well. Yeah, I was trying to think too. This is developed with the Amplify framework. Deploy. Yeah, this is what I did. Add app. Set up application services. Integrate. How to deploy. Yeah. Why is that not? This is what we're doing. Amplify add. I'm just gonna click on this really quick and see what this. Maybe there will be something in this. Although this is the same docs, right? That we were just in. We were doing the view one. The same. But yeah, I see what you're saying. Profile using the same one associated with that login, right? Right, because what is, well, I thought that, because we did the Amplify configure, right? Which is what, oh, and I said profile, but the profile that you use is, it's, oh, I chose default thinking, well, doesn't it just use what you, but that might not be right actually, because I think now that I'm thinking about it, right, doesn't this say, where is the tutorial? Right here. This said something about, where was it? I guess, create the account, yeah, here. Specify the username. Oh wait, of the new IAM user, and then Amazon IAM enables you to manage. Yeah. Oh wait, no, I did that. No, wait a second. Hold on, where I'm missing this part. This part, right? Once the user is created, Amplify CLI will ask you for this and this. Connect with your newly created IAM user. So I do have an IAM user created, right? In fact, let's check that out really quick, right? IAM, and then users, right? CodeHustle is my, that's funny, that should be, why are they not an administrator? I thought that was what they were. Can we create them as, oh yeah, administrator access, okay. So, right? So we got that. Maybe that's where I screwed, because when it says, when this says, oh, I keep doing that. When this says here, right? Profile name, this is saying default, but I'm like, did I screw that up? Should this be CodeHustle? And that's what might be wrong? But I kind of feel like this would update, create the AWS profile on your local machine. Enter the access key and that of the newly created, and then the profile name. I was like, I don't know. Like, I feel like this would still be fine. Use default profile. I don't know what that profile is, right? I'm feeling like, wouldn't that be the default profile for that's associated with this ID and token? This would update, create the AWS profile on your local machine. I mean, that's the only thing I could think of that might be different is, and I don't even know, can you just do this again? Can you just run, see what it says? Does it make you just go right back through it? Is there a way to list your profiles? Good question. We could, let's cancel out of that, right? Can you cancel? Ow. It won't let me cancel. It won't let me cancel. I can't get out of this. Damn it. Taking too long. It won't let me break out of that. Oh, geez, Louises. So it's going through, sign into your administrator account. Okay, I did that. Press enter to continue. Right? USE2 username. Specify username with a new IAM user. See, I did this already. This is why I'm like, this can't be right. I don't want a new, specify new IAM user. Is there, I just want to get out of this then. Because I don't think I want to redo this. Follow these steps to access your AWS account. See, we are accessing it. So let's do Amplify help. Oh my god, really? Init, configure, push, pull, publish, serve, status. Add, update, push, remove. Code gen. Open the console, displays and manage environment related information for your Amplify project. That might be something, but I don't know if that might be something we don't want to. Let me just pull it off screen here. Like we're doing the safety thing now, right? Right, unexpected error. Amplify env. Just in case that shows anything that we don't want to show. What did that do? God, it prints that out so wacky. What the heck is that? That's hilarious. What's the format? It's the safety dance, right? It's the same today. How do you format your output in Unix so that it looks right? Does anybody know? I don't. I'm not a Unix guru. Because it's like all over the place. I wonder. There's got to be a way for that to output cleaner than that. Adds a new environment. See, it's just giving me the same thing. Oh, amplify environment and then subcommands? What? What does that even say? Amplify framework. Oh, okay. That did not really. Okay, that's a checkout. Get. What is that saying? Displays the details of the environment specified in the command. So, how are you supposed to know? What would be the environment? Oh, dev, right? So if I said amplify environment get name. Sorry, this off screen real quick. I don't know what's going to come back, so I feel like no, they don't really show. So here, this is what. So when you do amplify environment get name dev, because that's what we called our environment, right? There's the provider, the role name, right? Unauth role, auth role. So here's the auth role, right? Saying. So it created all that. Oh, wait a second. Is it because I'm not, is that why I'm not seeing it? No, although the AWS console should kick it over to this, right? But don't you have to sometimes, right? Like I thought, what am I doing here? Roles. IAM users sign in link. See, it does this, and then that is definitely what it is. I don't know why that doesn't work. Right? I mean, this is. Really? Oh, wow, it kicked me out. Fine. But see, it was, if you saw it, right, earlier, CodeHustle is one of the IAM users that I created. So I don't understand why that's not working either. And this, right, this just tells you. It's so weird. Please sign in again. You were signed out. Why? Why was I signed out? Why does it do it like that? And then can you, does this auth you in, I think, right? Like if you do this, doesn't that push you into, and I would think through the configuration, wouldn't that just log you in? Nope, it doesn't. How is that not possible? And then how is this not working? It just doesn't work. Nope, that's not it. Yep, no, I know that's the right password. That's not working. No, that was to get into the regular. I don't know why that's not working. So how do you get back to? Ay, geez Louise, this is a nuisance. I think we might have to wind down here. My account. Well, we do have a lot of stuff configured. I just don't understand what, oh, for the love of, why is this not working? This is not going to be right, because, yeah, it's not, I don't understand. Right, so let's get back in here. I am, right, I mean, users, right? CodeHustle, right there, right? Permissions, add permissions, this is what it is. Security credentials, oh, I probably shouldn't show that on screen. I don't even know what's in these different tabs. I should. Hopefully they do a good job of trying to blur out most of this stuff so you don't see it. Interesting. Access key ID, but then, and it says active. Use access keys to make secure REST or HTTP query protocol requests. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Why is it not working? I mean, how do you even... yeah, no, that's not what I'm... I don't get it. Did I miss something in the... Did we miss something in here about the setup of this? Username for Amplify, I am user. Yeah, we did that, and that's how it created that new user, right? And then it says administrator access, it just says job function, program access. Yeah, I mean that looks like everything. What? How did that? Oh. Well, you know, you run into blockages, it happens. Whoa, what is this? That's not what I was actually trying to... Alright, well, anyway, okay, I am gonna call it for the night, actually. I am beat. It's been a crazy day. Long day. But, okay, so we got pretty far, but we are hung up on this connecting up to... We basically got to... We created that, we did the... We actually have the View app running. All that's working. We did all this stuff here, and I'm just this part, connect and the API and database to the app. It did this, and it did this actually. It did all that. It was all good to go. Created that in the application itself. Then I did this, which it says it's did it. That's what's weird. We did this. This all worked. Do you want to generate an update? Right, we did that. Yeah. I did all this. We did all that. And then this actually shows we did the console. You go to the console and nothing's there. Go figure. All right. Well, we will figure it out tomorrow. Why not? It's an ongoing process, right? Like everything else. There's no way. Well, I appreciate everybody coming by and hanging out. Unexpected error, keep me on my security toes, although I'm not doing a great job. I will try to do better. I did good yesterday with all my environment variables and not showing that file. You'd be proud. Oh wait, I'm like, were you there yesterday? I don't try to remember. Sometimes I can't even keep my days straight. Anyway, thank you for everybody for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the follow, Alon Calabar. Appreciate that. Get some sleep. Thanks, Nicole. You as well. Enjoy your sister. Enjoy your family, right? I'm missing mine right now, big time. So, soon enough. We'll pick up later. Yeah, right, Nicole? We'll get it. We'll figure it out. You know, that's what happens, right? Sometimes you put it down and then you come back next day and it just clicks. Like, oh, that's what it was. So, that's what we'll see what happens. So, all right, everyone, peace. Have a good night, day, afternoon, whatever you may be at, right? And as always, keep up the code hustle. Mohammed, peace. Thanks so much. Oh, I should do this little thing like this that makes it. There we go. Okay, cool. Talk to y'all later. See you tomorrow. Have a good one.